a software application that interfaces with iTunes or your Windows Media Player or whatever, but it has a directory and it ends up typing podcasts by genre and basically helping you create radio stations based on things that you're interested in. So they are in development now, but part of what they're doing is they're going to have to go through, it's a people managed directory basically, a people managed recommendation engine. And so what they're going to end up having to do is add those tags, add that meta information to them, because that's one thing that podcasters really haven't done is, you put your tags and you kind of put some topics in there, but in terms of thinking for ease of search and the ease at which people can find you, I don't think podcasters are educated in that very well and able to really think in that direction for the most part.
There used to be a site that allows you to search like the content of podcasts, or there were 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But it was
They all
really
died.
awful.
Yeah.
It was really awful.
Yeah.
We had
there's two reasons for that.
You'd
right?
think it would work, yeah. But
Unlike music has had years and years of genreification, so to
Yeah.
speak. There's enough sampling, there's enough statistical, all these, most of these things work on either tags or the fancier ones work on sampling, and podcasting there just isn't any. I think it'll take time, and again, people don't tag. The best I've seen is spokenword.org, but even that's not quite there, because not everybody tags things correctly. I put, like in YouTube, or some in iTunes or wherever, my podcast is health and medicine. I'm like, no. Not health and medicine.
Yeah, but they don't have a category
for that.
I'm kind of interested in seeing what's going to happen with the advancement in voice recognition technologies, because that's what a couple of those engines that you're talking about. We had a white label one on the Twist site years ago, and you'd type in a search term, something that you wanted. So say, you'd say something like Hayabusa. And it would come back, it would give you a bunch of search results that were segments, the time code at which that word was said in different podcasts, which is great, to be able to actually go straight to that content inside of an hour-long podcast.
And then you can jump to a categorization thing once you do speech to text.
But it wasn't
and then do
it
a
wasn't great.
categorization thing.
Yeah.
It's
You need
possible.
Shazam for podcasts.
It's possible, but it's not quite there yet. Because the results, you'd say Hayabusa, and then you'd end up with results where like, hi, my name is.
You need Shazam for podcasts, but again, I think it's just getting all that information and it's not trivial. I think it'll change. So,
how much of the engineering do you do? Because I was listening to or reading the tweets from the podcast workshop yesterday, and people were just like, "Oh my God, this is too hard." And it really hasn't improved in the 5 years since it got GarageBand, in my opinion. There's a lot of software out there, but it's still such a hurdle for anyone just coming into it blank.
I'm a geek. I'm an audio guy. Before I podcasted, I was recording music. I've recorded music for years, so I do all of it myself. And the 2 weeks I didn't do it, I went nuts. I allowed my partner to do it because I had too much work going on, and I was like so critical of his mixing. Like, nope, give it back to me.
That's not right.
Yeah, you haven't done the dynamics sound correct. It's actually a lot easier than when I started off. It used to be GarageBand makes it a lot easier. I don't use GarageBand. I use a mixture of Ableton and just standard wave editors. I used to record in Cubase and then go into when I was on the Windows side and then go into Audition. Now I'm on a Mac, so I do recording to Ableton Live and I mix in there's a open source wave editor just for the mix downs, and it interfaces. I use Isotope Ozone, which is this magic button that fixes everything. I have my own presets now, but basically the key is knocking out pops and clicks. So the standard thing you should do is I don't have one, but everybody should use a pop filter. The second thing, if you are just getting started on podcasting, get yourself a Blue Snowball. The single best podcaster's mic on the planet.
Oh, it's a USB-based mic, and it's the Blue Snowball. This company, Blue, that does microphones, they have absolutely the best microphones for podcasting. They're all USB, so you just plug them right into your computer. They interface really easily. They have another one
There's a
that's
snow-
like, they have some
small-
other ones
yeah,
that
but
are
the snowball's
that are
the
like
one
webcam. That's another one right
Yeah,
there.
that's
That's got a camera,
Snow-
the
yeah.
camera and a microphone. So if
Not
you're
this one, but.
No, the newer version of the Snowflake has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use the Snowball because it's got two cabinets inside it. Three. It's got
It's
the
got three settings,
yeah. It works beautifully.
And they're inexpensive and a fairly good quality, so they're affordable as opposed to
Less
like
than $100
other
bucks.
yeah,
Yeah,
as,
less than
as opposed to
$100
like radio mics which
Yeah.
can run you $300, $400, $500.
But it also matters like where you're recording. Like,
Yeah,
You're recording, and by this room would be a little echoey.
echoey.
I mean, we have carpet on the floor, which is great for damping sound. There's the whatever that is in the ceiling.
Asbestos.
Styrofoam, asbestos.
Me neither.
Closets are fantastic if you can stick yourself in your closet. Closets are awesome for recording podcasts. Scott Sigler is a sci-fi horror author, novelist, and he's been doing like reading chapters of his books and getting feedback from his listeners and then changing the chapters and then eventually putting out his books in full form, but like using his audience as a tool to help him fine tune his writing and get his book better. And he records in his closet. He just has a little.
He's reading chapters of a finished novel or something he's in the process of writing.
He's done a few novels actually.
Or what
in-
is he reading out of a podcast? Is he podcasting chapters that he's already written?
So like when he writes a chapter and finishes it, he'll read that. He'll
Before it's
read that
published.
before it's published. Yeah, everything is read before it's published, and then he gets feedback from the audience. And his stuff is science based. He tries to really base his writing in actual science, and then kind of take it that extra step further. And in doing that, he has a lot of scientists who actually listen to his writing and go, "Oh, that would never work," and so they help him refine what he's saying, which is cool.
Picking up on the closet thing,
Yeah.
I'm a former radio journalist, and what I used to do if I was in the field, having to do voiceovers, closets can sometimes be echoey,
Yeah.
and to get an almost studio quality effect for the recording, I would either I would go into a closet and I would hang a towel over the back of the door, and then I'd hang a second towel over my head so that I had.
I like Kit.
Yeah.
A towel
Yeah,
kit.
right. Yeah, just go to the department store, buy some towels, sew them together, and make some
1995.
Yeah, that's right. Home podcasting kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
The-
that's right.
the thing, yeah, the
Radio
thing to
Shack
think.
meets Bed Bath &
Yeah.
Beyond.
But honestly, if you have a Mac and or Audacity, I mean, I have equipment. I
Audacity
use
is
that.
great.
My colleague who's still a postdoc and lives in Cambridge, Massachusetts, uses Audacity, and he had a crummy mic and he switched to a Snowball after I kept telling him that getting his audio right and removing all the high frequencies or the pain in the neck. But that's what he records on, and both of us do it from our studies. Actually, the biggest challenge I have faced, and you probably have some ideas on that, is getting two quality audio streams. So I use a technique that I got from John Odell when he interviewed me. We both record our own tracks. He sends me his track and I mix them up. I'm not trying to record his over Skype because that'll never come.
No.
That's just not going to work. So we actually record clean audio and I mix them two later.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, always. We always do
If
it
you
that way.
record to Skype, you can just expect that the Skype
Yeah, it's gonna
is
go
gonna.
up.
Not that necessarily that it'll die, but that it'll be lower quality.
quality.
It's
So-
not gonna, even if the other
I
person has a
record two
good
full-screen audio
microphone.
streams.
Yeah.
So how much does it matter?
How much-
how much do people care?
Well, you know,
What the
people will
quality is.
I stopped
forgive
listening to
bad
podcasts that
video.
haven't fixed that.
Yeah.
I can't remember specifically, but if they consistently don't care about the quality of the audio, then it's just, it's not worth my time. It might be interesting, but
It seems though, what's really interesting is people, when it comes to audio versus video, people care about the quality of video more than they care about the quality of the audio. So if
I
you're,
found it the opposite
Really?
way too. They're more forgiving of a blurry video than of a with bad
Well,
audio
this is
in the
why
background.
So this is why I'm asking. There have been a lot of people now talking about how YouTube and these other things have made it such that we don't care about quality
No,
of
that's
anything
not
anymore.
true.
Yeah, I
It's
think it's changed
absolutely not
because our
true.
expectations have changed, right? Because this thing records 720p.
Yeah.
Your phone now records 720p. it's like expectation always change. When MP3s first came out, you used to listen to crap,
Yeah.
and even the MP3s are generally bad, but the bad has become better, and I think it's going to be the same with. I listened to the first few podcasts that I did, where we did, and the first time we recorded was Skype. I hated it. I'm like, I can't listen to this myself. And it's like, it also depends, right? Some people have highest quality, big bandwidth connection. Skype will come out okay. You're doing it over a home standard Comcast line, Skype, you sound like you're underwater. So it varies.
Yeah, and I think that the days of the kitten video